All our leaders are eagerly waiting to get some insight.
Foremost, I would like to express my words of gratitude for having me over here. Particularly, I'm grateful to the management headed by Chairman Sir and the other dignitaries of the day and the entire principal body gathered here. I deem it a privilege to be amidst all of us. It's very rare to see the principals of different schools gathering together. So I personally take this privilege of disseminating a little wisdom that we have gathered throughout our academic journey. So that's the reason I'm here today to inspire all of us. I would also like to be inspired by you. The mere fact that we're all gathered is itself an inspiration. The mere fact that you're all listening to me instead of chit-chatting, instead of keeping our mind elsewhere, that is the beginning of any learning. That is the beginning of the true spirit of being a leader. And you're already leaders, and you're leaders in the making. So is there something new that I'm today bringing? Is there something new that we need to learn? Yes? Right. The famous quote, as people always say, a teacher is a lifelong learner. Do we all agree with that? Yes. Very much. Until our last breath, we keep learning, we keep reading, we are students forever. And that is a basic principle all of us must be inculcating. And more so as we are into leadership roles, a role which is very challenging today in the post-modern era. It's more challenging than ever. It was easier a decade ago to be a principal, to be a manager, to be a chairperson of a school. But COVID-19 changed the entire scenario because COVID-19 has flipped our lifestyle, has changed the lifestyle of the younger ones and the teens and the adults equally in their own share. Therefore, today, all the schools, principals, management, teaching body, teaching fraternity is at a crossroads in understanding the complex nature of teaching learning process. It's not the same. What it used to be when all of us were kids, when all of us were students, either at school, intermediate, or college, or university. Things were quite different then. But today, it's more challenging to be a leader than ever. Do you all watch for it? Yes? Are you all with me? Yes. Thank you for being with me. Thanks for acknowledging. Being with me can be physical, can be mental as well. Physically, I know you're all present, and it is highly impossible to hold the concentration levels of people sitting anywhere, either in the class or in a symposium like this. As the scientists would say, a person can concentrate only for 30%, 30. And it is a research finding that a person can concentrate only 30%. What happens to the 70%? It wanders like a monkey from tree to tree. Our mind is unstable. And it really requires a stability of mind to concentrate, to focus on something, right? And that too, when you have a chairman's session preceding my session, I'm sure, as I was listening to him just a while ago, he has already covered most of the points about being a principal, being a leader today. So it is very important to learn to listen. That's what I'm trying to convey. Be it a principal, a chairperson, or a teacher, or a student, all of us have to inculcate the skill of listening. That is the first skill to be a leader. That is the virtue I would like to begin with. Are you all listening? Yes. And those who are not saying are also listening, I understand. And some of us still are only hearing the speech, are only hearing the lecture. Probably your mind is elsewhere. Please bring those five senses back to this particular symposium. That is the conscious effort every minute we need to do. Every minute. You know, unfortunately today we are in a mundane world which is bogged down by technology. There are so many distractions. Amidst all these distractions, it's highly impossible to concentrate even for a minute. With all our mind, heart and soul, it's very difficult to the amount of distractions that we are bogged down. It's challenging. It is as challenging as being a parent, being a teacher, being a principal, being a chairperson to this particular alpha generation, Gen Alpha, Gen Z. Are you aware of these terms? Very much. Equally is tough and challenging to listen. And if we can imbibe this particular quality, I think we have started to be leaders. And if you don't have that particular quality of listening, then we would fail as leaders. Please mark my words. And more so, when you mediate, when you play a mediating role among so many stakeholders. Stakeholders as in, number one, the management. Number two, the staff. Number three, the student body. Number four, the parents. You will have to mediate among all these. And if there is any miscommunication, we will be responsible. And miscommunication can be possible when we don't listen. Listen what? Listen what? Yes? Instructions, norms, guidelines, complaints, concerns, isn't it? Yeah. Any other what we don't heed or listen to? Anyone? Are you listening? Yes, thank you. Anything that we don't pay attention to? Law? The grievances of the students, which we can call as the concerns. Right. Any other? The unheard stories. That is what we should listen to as a leader. All the grievances are all public. They are all common. The uncommon things are the untold stories which a principal should be able to identify and read. How do we develop the art of reading the untold stories? Anything? Observation. Observation. That's what made Sir Isaac Newton a great scientist. What did he do? Simple, he observed. And today, we miss the skill of observation. Again, we are bogged down by technology. It's very important to observe what is happening around us as a leader, it is equally important to be observant. Meaning, applying all our five senses actively. Any sense missing, then we miss the point. Then we miss to observe. As a principal, we need to be on our guard all the time. I was listening to chairperson sir, your rounds when classes are going on, your observation, a teacher's class observation, right? Giving feedback to teacher, all those do matter. And the teachers will be wonder, hey, how does the principal know what I did in my class? So these are indirect learnings for all principals. So observation plays a pivotal role in being a leader. So to observe, we should have all these five senses active. Are our five senses active? You're not sure? Yes, a resonating yes. If our five senses are really active, the success of any person lies in these five senses. Very simple logic. You don't have to be extraordinarily talented or gifted or bestowed by God. We are not blessed with a double brain that we are all here and someone else doesn't have a brain at all. No, it is all about common sense. It's all about common sense. All these millionaires, celebrities, they use their common sense optimally. Therefore, they are successful. Look at all success stories and failure stories. They teach, they convey the message very strongly that we should have control over our five senses. Have we any time? See, in this particular generation, everyone is busy in hitting a gym to develop muscle, in going to parlors to look better. How many of us really train our mind? Mind training. Do we take time for that? How many of us train our senses? How many of us train our heart? We seldom. We do not have time. As Robert Frost would say, there is no time to stand and stare how a beautiful bud blossoms. We have no time to stand and stare. Are you getting my point? We need to spend time, energy, and money to improve and enhance our own five senses. And along with the five senses, we need the sixth sense. What is that? Perfect. Thank you. Have you heard what I just muttered? Common sense. Uncommon today. The uncommon sense is the common sense. If we can apply common sense again, we will be successful. There is no other secret. There is no other investment into being a better leader. This is a simple logic of applying common sense. Do we all agree that we have common sense? Yes. Sure? Yes. Yes, why not? So I'm not questioning. I'm not questioning. I know what to question our common sense. But, remember, our common sense fails. And tell me when it fails. Each one give me one answer. Yeah. When does the common sense fail? In a crisis, in a situation, we go blank. Our mind goes numb. Therefore, we cannot react. Those are the situations, dear principals and in charges. We need to apply our common sense there. And senses. If our senses are active, come what may. Even if this building collapses, I stand unperturbed. That is the power of controlling five senses. It applies to our daily life, our family life, our academic life, our professional life. These are life lessons which most of us have ignored all these years. We need to now unearth. Am I making sense? Am I boring you? Feeling sleepy? No? Wonderful. You are destroying the science. That only 30% people can concentrate. I see an audience which is on its toes. You are ready to listen, you are ready to learn, you are ready to unlearn, you are ready to relearn. Unlearning, relearning, and learning has to happen every moment. Similarly, I also would like to highlight on the importance of upgrading, upskilling, updating before we are outdated. Before we are outdated, we need to upgrade, upskill, update. Upskill, upgrade, update before we are outdated. So, now I have made some very important, pertinent points. Can we discuss with our neighbors and see what they have heard so far? Turn to your neighbor and discuss, please. Each one. Turn to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor. Ruminate. Recollect whatever we have discussed so far. Your neighbor, your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor, please. Everyone. 8. Discuss with your neighbors. Crisis. Not just in ordinary times. Crisis is the time we most need common sense. Right? Yeah, whenever we lose common sense, upgrade, update, upskill, unlearn, learn, relearn. Okay?
Understanding untold stories.
Wow, that's important. Understanding the untold stories from our stakeholders. It could be the management, or parents, or students, or our own colleagues, which is staff. Right? Yeah. Any other point that I made? Right? Very important to train our brain, and equally let's train our mind and heart. You know, teaching profession is to do with heart, isn't it? We can't be heartless in teaching profession. Other professions probably yes, but teaching profession has to come from here. And this one today we have on the screen a very famous, and I prepared this slide long ago, but this particular quote really inspired me. So education is more important than designation. Either I'm a principal or a manager. Values. Do you have values? Does your attire reflect your values? Or it only reflects how much I paid? Because it has. And the mindset is more important than marks. I know. Marks are important. No, because IIT, IIM's entry is only through marks. In my university, I work at Mahendra University, and there an engineering student entry is with 95%, just like IIT. Otherwise, you don't get a seat in our university. Marks are important, no doubt, but primarily we need mindset. Let us train our students and teachers with the right mindset. You know, your job becomes very easy there. Next, efforts are more important than results. Efforts. So, what's the emphasizing?
You are doing a lot of work for result.
The process versus the product. That is the simple imagery that we can give. The process is more important. If you take care of the process, the product project will automatically be fruitful. Take care of the process. Are we taking care of the process well? That's what we need to introspect. Loyalty is more important than royalty. How loyal are we to the institution? How loyal? So loyal that we give up our families. I know. The moment we enter the educational institutions, we forget our family. I know you all listen to me now. Where is your family? They are there. Let them be there. That is the dedication all of you have. Loyalty. Last, proper work is more important than paperwork. Proper work is more important than paperwork. Our proper work should reflect through the paperwork. Is this inspiring? Does it change our life? Our mindset, our efforts, our value system? It has to. Yeah. Dear principals, somewhere we need to be ignited. And today is the day, and now is the time. Today is the day, and now is the time to change ourselves and to be a better principal, to be a better administrator, to be a better leader for our future generations. After this particular day of orientation, when we go back to our school, everyone should see a better principal, not a bitter principal. Can people say, my principal has changed? Changed for good, changed for better. Can our subordinates or the other teachers, parents say that my principal has changed a lot, is a transformed person? I see a transformed person in my principal. So when will people speak about that? When they get to see the change. And that is what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam would always emphasize. Be the change that you want to see in this world. Again resonated by Mahatma Gandhi. Isn't it? So those words have values. Those words have meaning. Let's live it. So next slide. Is there a difference? Are we leaders or good leaders or effective leaders? The answer is left to us. No answers. It is for us to introspect. Am I a leader or am I a good leader or am I an effective leader? Where do we stand? It's left to you. A, B or C. Yeah. Next. Effective leadership qualities. Do I make a difference as a leader? I'm the principal, I'm the captain of the ship. Can I make a difference? What difference do I make as a principal? What is my agenda, plan, vision, mission for this academic year? Yes? Yeah. Please read. I will allow you to read. Questions for every day, questions for every hour. Not the old Hindi movie days. Yeah. Once upon a time there was an Indian rowing team. Once upon a time there was an Indian rowing team. India and Japan agreed to do an annual rowing race. Each team should contain 8 men. Both teams worked really hard to get in the best shape. The day the race started, both the teams were in similar condition. Although the Japanese team won by 1 mile. See the difference? Yes. Next. The mood in the Indian team was really close to the freeze point. The top management decided to win the race next year. So they established a team of analysts to observe the situation and recommend an appropriate, suitable solution. Have you faced this kind of situation in our academia? Have we anytime thought that next year our school should be taught in the city or in the district or in the state? Right? Yes. So what do we do for that? What do we do? Analyze. Call an expert and see where things have gone wrong. Right. So after several detailed analysis, the research team found out that the Japanese team had 7 rowers, only 1 captain. Look at Indian rowing team. Of course, the Indian team had 7 captains, only 1 rower. Leadership problem. See? Right. Facing such critical scenario, the management showed an unexpected wisdom. They hired a consulting company to restructure the Indian rowing team. And let's look at this. See how much research they did. Right. After several months, the consultants came up with a conclusion that there were too many captains and too few rowers in the Indian team. So a solution was proposed. Based on the analysis, the structure of the Indian team has to be changed this way. See, again there are more leaders. As of today, there will be only 4 captains in the team, led by 2 managers, 1 top manager and 1 rower. Besides that, they suggested to improve the rower's working environment and to give him higher competencies, abilities. The next year, the Japanese team won by 2 miles. What happened? What was the reason? The Indian team immediately displaced the rower from the team based on his unsatisfactory performance. So, where did the things go wrong? By the way, but the bonus award was paid to the management for the strong motivation the team showed during the preparation phase. The consulting company prepared a new analysis which showed that the strategy was good, motivation was okay, but the use of tool has to be improved. Therefore, the Indian team is busy in designing a new boat. What is the moral of the story? Teachers, applying this to academia, how can we take it forward? What is the way out in this leadership crisis? Leader has to work. Wonderful. Others, please give me your peace of mind. So what is the way out? What is the way out? How do we make our rowing team stronger? That we top the city, that we top the state. Yeah.
Instead of killing the rope, we are digging more holes in our rope.
Exactly. Correct. Yeah. Others, any other solution? Loud. Guidance and support. Perfect. Motivate the entire team members. Okay. Take suggestions from team members. All right. Stand in the. Be the rower. Be the rower. I heard you. Yes. Yeah, there has to be only one leader. just in case of Japan, the Japanese team. Correct? Any other solution? Be a role model. Today, we miss role models. At every phase, unfortunately, right from our families, even at home, we don't have good role models today because of the type of families that we have. Today, all of us have nuclear families. And those days, it was a joint family. Our grandparents used to be the role models for all our ethics and values. And that is badly missed today in this generation. Isn't it? So role models at every phase is equally important to be a better leader, a successful leader, an effective leader. Okay? Yeah. So can we go back to the... Alright, I'll give Does it require any explanation? Self-explanatory. Therefore, I don't say anything. We just read and that is. What does it tell that? Self-motivation, okay? Keep going, anyone else? Everything, alright? Observe. Observe everything. Everything has something to teach us. It is just that we close our senses, that's what I'm coming back to. We close our senses to everyday realities around us. But if we can open our senses and see every minute detail, every minute thing will teach us something valuable. But unfortunately, we don't care. We are so busy, we don't have time to stand and stare and observe those minute things. Okay, we'll go a little further. Right, the month, for the week, for the day, for the hour. Goal, long-term goal, mid-term goal, short-term goal, immediate goal. These are different types of goals that we need to set. Both professionally, academically, and personally, we should have these different types of goals. And all our goals must be smarter. Our goals must be smarter. An acronym which stands for our goals should be specific. Second, measurable. Third, achievable goals, realistic goals, time-bound goals. Easy, don't set a tough goal that you can't achieve, right? And then reviewable goal. Every hour, every day, we should review our own goals. That we call introspection or examination of conscience. We need to examine our own conscience at the end of the day. I set a goal for the day. Have I achieved? If I haven't achieved, where did it go wrong? How did it go wrong? How do I fix it? Got it? Yeah. Next. So what are the traits of a good leader? Now I would like all of us to work together. A to Z of traits. Letter A. Give one quality that a leader should have. A. Letter A. Ability. Okay? Appreciation. Do we appreciate people? We should appreciate. Hey, nice suit. Nice saree. Okay? You look good today. I mean, this appreciation is important. Yeah, keep going. Active, be active. Analyzing, very true. We should have analytical skills. All principles should be analytical in nature. Adaptable. Do we adapt ourselves to different circumstances? We have to. Yes. Loud? Accuracy, yes. Accuracy is like being an example, right? People will follow us. Yes. Somebody say something here? Acceptance, very true. Very important quality to be a leader. Adorable nature, amiable nature, amicable nature, amiable, amicable, adorable nature. Yes. Attractive, yes. Now let's move to the next letter, B. Bold. Brave. Bold enough to take any decision ruthlessly if needed. If needed, take bold decisions. Come what may, I shall stand by my decision. Right? Because this world is very ruthless. So equally, as a leader, as a principal, we need to be bold in our decision making. Yeah, next. Brave, bold, okay? Behavior, a good behavior. Yes. Hold on, we are in B. We'll come to C. Bright, intellectually, bright-minded. Bright-minded. Brilliant, believable. Believable. Benevolent. Benevolent meaning? Benevolent? Friendly. We should have a benevolent nature. Okay, let's now go to C. What are some of the qualities in C? Caring. The first quality is caring. Second, conscious. Alright? Confident. Yes. Creative. Wonderful. Character. Very important. Capabilities. Capable. Okay, let's move to D. Dynamic. Dedicated. I know you're all dedicated already, but determined to do something different. Okay, now I would like you to discuss the remaining qualities from E to Z. Each one, give your neighbor one quality. Turn your neighbor, please. Turn your neighbor, give each one quality. Enthusiastic, keep going. Friendly, generous, energetic. Keep going. Talk to your neighbors. Tell your neighbors those adjectives. Please do it. Empathy. Effective. Right. Empathetic. Very important quality. Industrious. Emotional. Correct. Any other? Innovative. Particularly in the AI world, we need to be innovative. Non-judgmental. Yeah. Maybe jovial. Jovial. We can't be serious all the time. We should have a sense of humor. Very important. That can actually attract people towards us. Sense of humor. Any other? Honest. Correct. Humble. Honorable. Yes. Modest. Any other? Simple, sincere, sympathetic, sensible, punctual. I mean, this should be the hallmark of a principal or a leader, being punctual. I don't know how many of you really believe, but I personally believe in Punctuality, I've been following it for nearly 35 years, you won't believe. I mean, honestly, I was never late to any class. I was never late to any class. Even as a learner, wow, join my club, join our club. Great. I admire all of you. Very important to be punctual. You don't believe, even in this university, I go 5 minutes before the class and I stand there. And there will not be any student. I will enter the class, sit and wait for them. That should be a leader's quality. Punctuality, I believe in these 3 words. Punctuality, regularity and dedication. How regular are we to our school? Even if you are sick, it is our responsibility to come to our workplace. Do we take a break as a family person in taking care of the family? What will happen if you take a break? Collapse, down. Isn't it? Therefore, similarly, a leader, a principal cannot take a break that easily because the system will collapse. The system will collapse. Regularity is the second hallmark of being a leader. I mean, I don't want to give an example, but I am tempted to give an example. I am not well. Seriously, I am not trying to boast of myself. I am not well. Still, I made it a point that I should come. I mean, we are dedicated, therefore, we should come what may. Even if you are on sick bed, get up and go for your work. That level of dedication will automatically give us those fruits. We will be blessed double. On the days when you are not good, when you are not well, if you still continue to work, we will be blessed double, multiple, multifold. And that is my experience for so many years. As a student and as a teacher and as a trainer, this has been my experience. And I would like to share one more experience of mine. 2 weeks ago, I was in Hyderabad, went to train group of teachers, and there was no electricity that day. And 2 weeks ago, the temperatures were different. And Hyderabad area in Guntur district is one of the hottest. And from 9:30 to 3:30, without electricity, without fan, we learned, unlearned and relearned. And the entire teachers also were, enthusiastic, dedicated to learning. And today, there is a difference in those teachers. All our sacrifices will be paid back. Nothing goes waste. This is my personal belief in my life. I'm not trying to boast of myself. I don't get paid extra for doing this. Right? Therefore, I'm trying to share my experience to inspire all of us to be punctual, regular, and dedicated to the profession that we are bestowed with. Yes. So these are some of the qualities I want you to go through quickly. Read. So zealous, what is a noun? Zealous is an adjective. So we should have that enthusiasm. The meaning of zealous is enthusiasm. Okay? Yeah. So can we have another? I think, thank you for being very participative. That's important. And I'm again appreciating all of you for displaying the scientists that we cannot concentrate. I really appreciate it. Let's give a big round of applause. Now, all day, as usual, a small rabbit saw the crow and asked him, "Can I also sit like you and do nothing all day?" The crow answered, "Sure, why not?" So the rabbit sat on the ground below the crow and rested. All of a sudden, a fox appeared, jumped on the rabbit, and ate it. Poor rabbit. Okay? Yeah. Now, moral of the story. Anyone? No? Should not follow anyone blindly. Important lesson to be a leader. Don't follow anyone blindly. Okay, any other moral? Do not imitate. Do not ape anyone. Replicate anyone blindly. Right. Any other?
Know your strengths.
Know your strengths. Know your capabilities. Know your playing field. Very important. All right. Let's look at the moral of the story. To be sitting and doing nothing, you should be sitting very, very high up, just like the crow, and nobody will come and snatch you away. Now, how do we convert this into our academia? Yeah, irreplaceable. Every principle should be irreplaceable, meaning we should imbibe all the qualities that are required to be an effective principal. So you should be higher in that level, that nobody will be able to touch me. In every sense, I am unreachable to anyone, come what may. Even if someone with a better qualification, higher qualification, no, I am the best. Right? Okay, this is not the end of the story. And we have lesson 2. This time, a turkey was chatting with a bull. So there's a conversation between a bull and a turkey. I would love to be able to get to the top of the tree, sight the turkey. But I haven't got the energy to go on to the top of the tree. Who said? Said to who? Bull. Right. Now the bull is saying, well, why don't you nibble on some of my droppings? Replied the bull. And these nibblings are packed with nutrients. Then you will get energy, you can fly to the top branch of the tree. So the turkey pecked. The turkey pecked at the lump of dung and found that it actually gave him enough strength and energy to reach the top of the branch. The next day, after eating more dung, he reached second branch and then the third branch. Finally, after a fortnight, there he was proudly perched at the top of the tree. The rabbit could not go up, therefore it was eaten. Now the turkey is on the top of the tree. Now can he be eaten? But see what happens. Soon he was spotted by a farmer who promptly shot the turkey out of the sight. Being below the ground is also problematic. Being on the top level ladder is also problematic. No security. See? Now, what is the moral of the story? Weaknesses? Knowing your weaknesses. Okay? Interesting? Correct? Any other? Yes? Give your opinion. Yes. There is no right or wrong answer. Yeah.
Actually, you should understand what we are exactly we stand.
Instead of like occupying somebody's place.
Correct. We should know our capabilities. All right. Any other? This is quite interesting to know the moral of the story. Here, bullshit might get you to the top, but it won't keep you there. We might come up in life in different ways by bribing, by paying some management something. But remember, unless we have quality, we can't stay on the top of the ladder for long. That is very important. Dear principles. Most. This is a bird flying. It was so cold, the bird froze and fell to the ground in a large field. While it was lying there, a cow came by and unfortunately dropped some dung on the bird. What happens? As the frozen bird lay there in the pile of cow dung, it began to realize how warm it was. It is winter, right? The dung actually is thawing him out, is keeping him really warm. He lay there all warm and happy. And soon he began to sing for joy inside the dung. And that's not the end of the story. A passing cat heard the bird sing and came to investigate who is there under the cow dung. Let me see. Following the sound, the cat discovered the bird lying under the pile of cow dung and promptly dug him out and ate him. Poor rabbit under the tree, no security. Poor turkey, top of the tree, no security. Now poor bird under the cow dung, well protected, cozy, no security. Is eaten by a cat. Now what is the moral of the story? What's the moral of the story? Sorry? Okay, yes, alright. Wisdom. Interesting. She's hitting the nail. Yeah, almost. Yes, since you have brought the point, not everyone who talks shit on you is your enemy. Meaning, one who criticizes you is not your enemy. Be it the chairperson, be it the management, be it the director, whoever it is, when someone is criticizing us, it's for our good. Take the positive side of it and leave the rest. Very important lesson. Don't treat them as enemies. The real enemy is coming. The real enemy is coming. I shall introduce. Not everyone who gets you out of shit is your friend. All sugar-coated words. Wow, you look so sweet today. All sugar-coated words. Those are bad. You'll get sugar. Diabetes. What not? We have to be really careful with such people who have sugar-coated words. You're not that. I'm protected, I'm safe. Yes. And it's not the end of the story. We are third. And when you are in deep shit, better you keep your mouth shut. Just like the bird. The bird was in deep shit. Very warm, cozy. It should have kept quiet. It started. This is what happens when we proclaim the overconfidence. Whenever we are in problems, resolve them in silence. Whenever we have problems, resolve them in silence. That's the best way to any solution. Do not go out and shout. Proclaim to the world that you are in deep trouble. No. Be it in academia or in family, personal. personally everywhere, we should resolve them at a personal level in silence. So are the moral of the story interesting? Yes, quite apt. Geese. You know why they fly in V formation? Are we aware why geese fly in V formation? If between friends and parents or teachers and principals, we were geese. The next season when you see the geese migrating, going to a warmer place to start the winter, pay attention how they fly in the V formation. Maybe you will be interested in knowing why they do this way, right? By flying the V formation, the whole flock increases the flight efficiency by 71% compared to just the one bird flying alone, as we can see. Can you all see the bird at the bottom? Yeah, this screen should have been a little higher so that it's visible to everyone. Alright, next, lesson 1. Sharing the same direction and working as a team gets us to the destination quicker and easier. By helping ourselves, the accomplishments are greater. So can we work together?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Teamwork is very important. Who is your team? Who is in your team? All the teachers only? Students? Parents?
Everyone.
Management? Everyone around us, including our supporting staff, is part of our team. As a team, we can do anything. But if you are alone, it will be like the bird. If you work as a team, there is 71% efficiency in our work style. Now, when a goose leaves the formation, for example, in our team, let's say there is a teacher who is not well, probably. Just see, he feels the resistance of the air and the difficulties of flying alone. Probably there is academic pressure, there is a family pressure, there is a management pressure on a particular teacher or a particular principal. How do we deal with such kind of crisis? Then he quickly comes back to the formation to take the advantage of the frog's power in front of them. Be with the team, don't leave the team if you are not well. You will have the strength of the team with you. Okay, imagine there is a situation. So by staying tuned and united with those who are going in the same direction, the efforts will be very lighter and less. It will be easier and pleasing to reach the goal. Everyone will be inclined to accept and give help. That is where we stand by the weak, the affected. Next. When the leader goose gets tired of flying, tired of managing the school, tired of resolving everyday problems, how do we deal? He goes to the end of the V formation and delegates to someone else to be a leader. Do we delegate our power? Do we delegate our responsibilities? How do we do that? Yes, correct. Now let's see. To take the responsibility of leadership, there must be mutual respect between us all the time. Very important to have mutual respect. Sharing the hardest problems and tasks, gathering our abilities and combining our faculties, talents and resources. Do we share with our staff our capabilities, our abilities, our talents, our skills? We need to. And it's not the end of the story. The geese flying on a V formation, they quack. Why do they quack? To encourage the weaker ones in front. In that way, they keep the same pace. So do we encourage our staff, our students, parents? Is there a word of encouragement? So how do we encourage? Are there different ways we can encourage? Yes. Find different ways to encourage our family members. Yeah. Next. So when there is kind of encouragement, the progress is greater. A timely word of encouragement will always motivate, help, and strengthen. It produces the best of results. Have you planned for that kind of encouragement? So what are different ways we encourage our own fraternity in our workplace? Be it anyone, a word of encouragement is very important. Okay? And how do we deal with people who fail in our workplace? What do we say? What do we tell them? Hey, you can't even do this? Is that the right way?
Can do it.
Can do it. Who can do it? I can do it. You can do it. Everyone can do it. Can do it mentality is very important for all of us. Probably at that moment, a particular person failed. Understand the situation. Yesterday I was reading a book, and this is what I understood and learned. Do not fight against people, fight against the situation. Sigmund Freud, Interpretation of Dreams, is the book I am reading currently, and this is what I learned. Do not fight against any person, fight against the situation. It is the situation that is at crisis and not the person, not the people. Unfortunately, we take it against people. We fight against people. No! Go to the grassroots levels of the problem. We realize it is not the person anymore. It is the situation which will put that person into that particular crisis. Therefore, fight against situation and not person or people. Yeah. When a goose gets sick or is injured or gets tired, he must leave the formation. And there will be other geese in the formation too. They fly with him to help him out and protect him. They remain with him until he dies or he is able to regain the power. They reach their baby or they must make another reformation. Smaller groups. You have coordinators? You have coordinators, sister? Yes. Those are called smaller groups where you delegate your power to the coordinators to handle. And that is also sharing of responsibilities. A leader doesn't do it alone. It is always a shared responsibility that all of us should exercise. Right, let's stay beside each other no matter what the differences are. Unfortunately, dear teachers, what I observed in my quite many years of training, there are differences. Unfortunately, under different grounds. Those differences should be worked out if we really want good, more effective results. Resolve the differences. People might come from different backgrounds. We need to accept. Acceptance, as one of you affirmed it in the beginning, acceptance is important. Accept people as they are. Religion, caste, creed, region, gender, whatever be, as a leader, we cannot be holding to any of these. As a leader, we should overcome these social barriers. Otherwise, we cannot be progressive as a leader, as an administrator. Do you see colorful birds? What do they mean? People of different backgrounds. We have heterogeneous crowd in our workplace, not homogeneous. Do you have only female in our school? Do we have only male? No. Do we have people only from one area, one community, one region? No. There are people from different walks of life, backgrounds. We need to accept everyone as our family member. That should be the approach of a leader. Otherwise, we will be in soup. We will be in trouble. Yes. So, dear principals, let's be like the geese. What lesson can we take away from here? From geese story? All right. The last rows. I know you are speaking, but if you speak loud, I can hear.
United we stand, divided we fall.
Wow. United we stand, divided we fall. A resonating message.
Aim and objective should be there.
Aim and objective. Yes. Goal, mission, vision. Correct. Yes. Yeah, next. Go back to leadership. Every 10 members you can count. Every 10 members, I'll give you a message. You should pass on to the first member as to pass on to second, and second to third to fourth. As to go to the 10th person, and let me see how you retain the message. Are you ready? Yes. So maybe I'll do this and I'll give a message so that you don't. Let me go to the last row. Okay, fine. No repeating second time. No repeating second time. Once you listen, that's it. Pass it on. Yes. Now, your message will pass on to me.
Same one.
No, the same. Pass it on. But every 10th member, remember. Okay, go give me the next. Please count every 10th member. Because we need those responses back. In this row, oh, it's there. Here. So the next 10 over, next 10 over. Yeah, third 10 is going on. I want to be the best principal wherever I go. And
We are the best principals of mathematics.
wow. Question. Statement became a question. Wow, medals. Be the best principals wherever we go.
If you are a better principal, you can go. Yes, sir, it's completely.
Completely different. Wow.
Proving a better principals make you better.
Wow. Great.
Being a better principal makes you better.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Listening and communicating are equally important. As the principals, we should first listen properly. And that's what I was trying to highlight a few moments ago. And more importantly, how we communicate what we listen. How we communicate what we listen. So are we good communicators? How good are we with our communication skills? Can we communicate, convey the message effectively, properly, appropriately? Are we good communicators? Good communicators are good listeners. Good communicators are good listeners. This is the reason in the beginning I was urging you to listen. Because listening is the most neglected skill in the language, in our life as well. Listening is the most neglected skill. Even if you look at our curriculum, our syllabus, you take any English textbook. There are more English teachers here, principals who teach English. Great, you do. Others, yes. Now, if you notice any textbook from class 1 to 10th, the importance that is given to listening skill is the least out of all. Ironically, that should be given more importance because listening is the first skill. As infants, we all started learning by listening. Learn by listening. Learning by listening. But what happened to our education system? It has ruined our LSRW skills. Listening, speaking, reading, writing. And do we read? Okay, I'll come to speaking. Listening is over. Speaking. Do we speak? Do we speak? I mean communicate. Do we communicate well? Most often there is a miscommunication. Therefore, let us learn to communicate well. To listen, to communicate, we should actually read. Every principal should be a good reader. And today, unfortunately, the reading skills are dying a natural death. And there is a huge concern in the academia about the reading habits of everyone. I'm not referring to or pointing at any stakeholder. All of us should take the responsibility equally. We are not good readers. If we are not good readers, we are not good communicators, we are not good listeners, then we fail. As a living that you listen every day, you communicate well, but you don't read. No. If you don't read, we cannot lead. If you can't read, you cannot lead. Are you getting me? Do I make sense? If you cannot read, we cannot lead. Therefore, let us read every day. What do we read? What do we read?
I think there should be a bridge between listening and reading.
Correct. What is a bridge?
Concept of understanding.
Correct. Comprehending. We call it comprehension. Alright. So teachers, what do we read? Do we read? We don't read much. Start reading. No time, I understand. We have time. Wow. We have time. Great. I mean, these days people don't have time. If you have time, we are blessed. We are lucky, fortunate, blessed that we have time. Then utilize. Read something every day. What do we read? A story? A novel? And these days we have a lot of novels from India. And recently Manu Bhagar has won the international award
a lady from Karnataka. Booker Prize, thank you for helping me. I was trying to locate the name, the Booker Prize. International Booker Prize for the year 2025 is won by a lady, Manu Bakar or something. Yes. Today we have a beautiful literature in India. Another living example is of Sudhamurti. Sudhamurti stories, they are like our neighbors. What happens every day? Please let us start reading. I appeal to all of us. Let us start reading. If you can't read, you can't live. Simple logic. You want to be a better person? Read. You want to be a better leader? Read. You want to be a better communicator? Read. I get up at 4:30 every day. I read. That's what I quoted. I gave you a reference of Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud. 450 pages book. I'm reading. I am reading. I am writing every day something. I already opened books, still I am writing, still I am reading. That makes me better. And today, you can see, I've been trying to disseminate a lot. How does this come?
By reading.
By reading. Am I depending on reading everything from the slide? No. All these are gathered from different resources, different sources, different books, different experiences. And that is what will make us distinct, unique, different in this changing world. The world is evolving very fast, and we need to catch up with the pace of the changing world. Otherwise, we will be outdated. Someone else better, who is upgraded, will replace us. So teachers, I again appeal to every one of us to start reading. If you don't have the habit of reading, let us inculcate the habit of reading. Reading will make us better communicators, better listeners. And the last skill, which is fourth skill, writing. Do you need to write as principals? Yes, definitely. And how are our writing skills? How did Sudhamurti become such a renowned writer? A homemaker, a doctor by profession. She gave up her profession and gave importance to family. And she started writing. What is writing? It is nothing. Whatever happens every day, just write. It is not rocket science that we cannot write. Our everyday life, we need to write. Before going to bed, just write. If you have given up that habit, please resume the habit of writing. So the four skills, let me reiterate for all of us. Listening, speaking, which is communicating, reading, and then writing. If we can inculcate these four different skills, then we will undoubtedly become better communicators and better leaders. We will be able to lead any kind of complex, critical situations. Now those will give us more confidence. And you will see the difference. People who don't follow these four skills and people who follow four skills, you will see the difference. Now I'm leaving the ball in your court. It's left to you. Either you make a self goal or you score a goal. It's left to us. The ball is in our courts. It's I who build community. It's I who build community. It's you who build community. It's you who build community. It's we who build community. It's we who build community. It's all who build it's all who build community. I'm not a singer. Never. I'm a teacher. A teacher has to be everything. All-rounder, multi-talented. Doesn't matter if people run away from our singing. Keep singing. Dear teachers, in our community of schools, we are not alone. There is I, there is you, there is we. So it is the community spirit that all of us should imbibe. Then you won't see any failures. Even if there are failures, there are people who will uplift us, stand by us. So it's going to be a smooth ride, not a roller coaster ride. So are there some takeaways from this particular lecture or speech? So many? So what are some of the takeaways from this particular session? I'll tell you, I know what the reality is going to be. The reality in my experience, we all listen from here and leave it from here. Once we leave this wall, forget everything. We are safe. I have seen hundreds and thousands of people that have trained. I don't see much difference. Then what is the point of sacrificing things and coming here and listening to or acting to listen to? Are you pretending to listen to? No. Then prove. Please prove that today's session is more fruitful. And I'm going to implement whatever I have learned here. Let people tell that I'm a changed principal. Let people tell that I'm a transformed principal. I'm not the same. So people should see that change in us. Then today's session, today's sacrifice has a meaning. Lest every year, same exercise. All principals come together for orientation. And what is the difference? No difference. We don't want to change. We are reluctant to change. No. We need to value our time. This is one thing I learned in life. Value your presence today here. Value the time that you are investing, you are spending. Let it have a takeaway, let it have a fruit-bearing experience. Not mechanical, where we come like a machine and go out like a machine. There is no change. My spectacles I am wearing, do they change when I go out? But my heart should change. So that is the change personally I am expecting. I'm a person who doesn't come professionally, I come personally to touch each other's lives. I am touched today by your gesture of concentration. I really let's do a big round of applause. I really appreciate all of you. Some of you are not listening. I know, I understand. Because my eyes are everywhere, even the corner, which I can't see. My eyes go there as well. No, it doesn't mean 100 people have to listen. No, those who are listening are really listening. Those who are not listening, they are not listening. It's okay. We can take the bull to the bucket. You can't make it. That is the scenario to do. Those that have reach the bucket they are drinking. There's a life-giving water that we are drinking. Let there be life. Let there be light. Let there be light that ignites our minds. Thank you all. Have a fruitful academic year. A change that will resonate for the entire academic year. Please forget me. Please forget my image, but don't forget my words. You don't have to know who this person is immaterial. But if we can implement what we have learned, I think that is the best we can pay back to the society. That's the best we can pay back to the society. With those words, I do namaskar to everyone for such an opportunity to disseminate again whatever experiences I have gained with you, and thank you for inspiring me through your dedication and concentration. I have learned a lot of silent lessons from all of you. Thank you.
What was the session? Excellent, super. I want to give a thank note, but that thank note, one word was asking A to Z, one A to Z from you all. Excellent. A. Knowledgeable. How was the session? Adjectives. Amazing. B for? Thoughtful. Excellent. What else? Useful. Inspiring. Active. Energetic. Beyond everything, ma'am. Beyond everything. Yes, of course it was engaging, motivating, fruitful and insightful session. Thank you so much for that. And the points whichever was shared by him, it was crisp and clear. It was very crisp, direct to your mind. Like, of course, we did a job by bringing you to drink the water. So we got all the foods over here. I'm so sorry. But again, it's your responsibility to drink the water. So I don't know how many of you, quest the thirst. You filled your thirst. I hope you all have done that very much. And personally, I love the stories. Every stories, the 3 stories. So thank you so much for sharing that story with us. And I hope all our leaders will imbibe the insights and shared by him. And of course, definitely we will transform. Thank you so much for bringing the transformation among our leaders. A small felicitation. I request Mr. Haripal sir or to the Tayas, the executive officer, to felicitate our
One last word. Yeah, I would like to thank our
Joseph and to the Oxford team.
And I have already seen implementing her words. She has already applied the same technique of A to Z of qualities. And that is the best way to implement. Wonderful. I am amazed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, man.